Hi, everybody. Todd Dammit Kearns here from Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. Took Heroes and Monsters. You're watching CMS TV.
And you're right, dude. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, you and I had a text conversation, which I think is the only time we spoke this week, maybe.
Yeah, we talked on Tuesday. I was just telling you about the nonsense going on here.
Right.
In the city of Chicago.
Right, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point.
But
no, we were texting about a segment that we're going to do tonight.
Yes.
And I honestly think that might be the first time that we actually planned a segment, maybe since Easy Rider.
Yeah, well, that part is,
and that was what, a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah, it's been a while, and in reality, what we're going to do tonight isn't even quote planned. It's just
no.
It's just when I saw what I saw, the first thing that came to mind was you and our guest.
Right.
I thought, boy, I'm sure these guys got something to say about this.
And as you're aware by my text that I was sending you, I got plenty to say on this.
Of course. Of course. So I thought, well, this will lead to a very spirited discussion, yeah, I mean, I know what I thought when I watched, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
I know what I thought. That motherfucker just took 2 hours of my life. That fucking Neely, son of a bitch.
I was just listening. It reminds me of when Anthony on the old O&A shows was talking about the reaction his dad would have on something he found like totally disgusting. He said he'd take a drag off his Tarrington. He goes, son of a bitch, Jesus Christ.
I know that's how I felt last night, because I didn't even turn it on until late. It was later because I was watching wrestling. Wrestling ended at 11. I was like, all right, I'll watch this. And I turned it on and was like, oh my God. I mean, I was like, it was killing me. And we'll get into why, but it was killing me. And it got to like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it felt like I'd been watching for like 3 hours. I don't know if you ever do this, but you ever take the remote? You use what, a Roku?
Yes.
Do you ever take the remote and just hit the down arrow just to see how much time is left?
You have to pause it just to see what's left.
Well, I was doing that, and I was like, this got to be almost over. It's got to be almost over. It wasn't even halfway there.
Right.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me with this? I was like, son of a bitch.
How disheartening is it to have two actors that you enjoyed a lot of their previous work to go see this and you go, oh.
I hated that, and I hated more to the fact that this is what's really going on out there.
I know, and that's the whole reason I wanted to do this.
And it really just made me say, well, Netflix, time to cancel.
Right.
I can't be looking at reality anymore.
So you'll find out what we're talking about in the second hour.
Yes.
But I was just, I watched that last Sunday and I was just stunned.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Absolutely disgusting.
So anyway, we got a good second hour coming up here, in my opinion, anyway. Talking about competent guest host, we got a very competent guest host coming up. So
yeah, I'd say he knows how to talk.
Exactly. Who can out talk you? Could our guest out talk Chris Aiken? In your opinion?
I don't know. That'd be a good. He can certainly outdraw Chris Aiken, but I don't know if he can out-talk me.
Right.
Because he does tend to shut up after a while. He runs out of steam where I'll just go forever.
Right, of course.
We'll see.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, anyway, my week has been fairly uneventful. I took Monday off. This coming Monday off. Just I start the official life coaching classes on Monday.
Look at that.
But I have a dentist appointment on Monday, so I thought, you know what, I got things going on. I could do a little prep for the class. I can get my teeth cleaned. I can, just kind of get my head in the game, and so I took Monday off.
What?
I did.
Who the hell are you? You've taken days off, taking vacations. I don't fucking know you anymore.
I know, but yeah, I keep looking in that bank account and go, you know what? I deserve a day off. God damn it.
Well, shit, yes.
So yeah, Monday I'm taking off. So I got this 3-day weekend, as it were, and
right.
And I was looking forward to the show this week. But as far as this past week is concerned, didn't have a whole lot going on. I was a little under the weather. I had a little bit of a fever during the week, but that went away after about a day and a half.
Right.
Just kind of a weird thing. I don't know. Maybe it was just being run down. I don't know what it is, but I'm here tonight and just looking forward to rocking and rolling. Looking forward to good weather ahead too.
Yeah, well,
here we are in the first week of February, and next week it's all going to be in the 40s here.
That'll be nice, dude.
I know for a lot of people, 40s. Oh, that's freezing, But for this time of year, 40s is like summertime.
Dude, it was like 6 here early today, and it was like that all day. I think yesterday it got to like 12 or 13 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking cold. I never came out of the bedroom yesterday.
Sure you didn't.
I fucking hibernated and used the bedroom office that I built for just such an occasion.
The bedroom office.
Well, I do. I have a desk and a 27-inch monitor and a computer and stuff all in the bedroom.
Right.
In case I don't want to come out to the other rooms.
Sure. Well, that's when you need to activate your scantily clad servant to run you food and drinks in when you need it, and give you a massage when you're all bound up after hours of working in front of the screen.
Well, I come close. Pornhub works on the Google Nest. That's pretty good.
It's not the same as the real thing.
That's not the same, but it ain't that awful either. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I tell you what, if I know I've said this before, but if I was independently wealthy, I would just pay just a couple of girls just to be around, just scantily clad.
Well, you're almost there now.
Yeah, just hanging out at the house. Their only reason to be here is just to either bring me drinks or just let me look at them.
Drain my sack or bring me food.
That exactly. Just parade around. That's all. Your only job is to look good for me every day. All you have to do is just run around and just let me look at you every day.
Well, you got enough money to facilitate that for at least for a little while now.
Sure.
Then you have to start over in like a year. But
exactly. But yeah. So but unfortunately, I don't know too many girls that would fit that bill.
No. Speaking of that, and I don't know why this came up in my head, other than I one of many horrible things that I started watching and I turned off. Dude, Netflix, Netflix goes to their whole password thing next month.
Okay.
Where they're going to start bouncing people with
multiple if you don't passwords or multiple users. Yeah.
Multiple users, and that'll be the end of me on Netflix.
Sure.
Because me and my mom share an account, but I don't really watch it. I mean, I watch. If it has to be me or my mom, I'm gonna give it to my mom because
of course.
I watch maybe 1, maybe 2 things a month.
Right.
If that. I mean, I really don't. And this show that I watched yesterday was a prime reason why. So remember how Netflix, I know you remember this. Netflix used to be the place for documentaries.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I ended up starting, and I turned it off because it was so fucking stupid. I started watching this documentary, Gunther's Millions.
Yeah.
Have you seen
or Gunther's Millions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about this lady that died, and she was worth like $1 billion or something.
Okay.
And she left all her money to her dog.
Yeah. I recall that.
And it talks about them fucking they're breeding dogs, and they're all named Gunther, and they're fucking. So there's like 6 Gunthers running around, so that the bloodline will never end, so that the money can be passed down. And it's this fucking dog, and they treat it like it's like a wealthy person.
Right.
They fly it around. It sits in a chair at a table with a golden dog bowl, and I'm watching it, and they're interviewing this one guy. He's the official spokesman for the dog. What the fuck can a dog have to need a spokesman for? He's a dog. Even if he has a lot of money, he's a dog.
Right.
It just was the dumbest shit. I'm watching. They have a special chef that prepares him filet mignon every day for his dinner. And I'm just watching this, and I'm like, you know what? It's still a fucking dog.
And dogs don't have that long of a shelf life.
No, well, that's why they're breeding more of them. See, I think whoever's truly in charge.
They're living off that money.
Yeah. And that's it. And there's all these other people that work there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cottage industry working for this fucking dog.
Sure.
And I, like I said, I got about halfway through the first episode, and I couldn't take it. I
mean, how much more is there just to look at the lavish lifestyle of a canine?
Yeah, apparently it's a series, like 3 or 5 or something episodes on fucking Netflix, and I was just like, they have really run out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
If we're doing documentaries, if we're doing a 4-part series on a fucking life and times of a dog, I'm done. I'm out.
Sure.
I'll get Netflix again for 1 month when they bring Stranger Things back. I'll wait till it's all shown, like it's all completely out there. I'll rent it for a weekend. I'll watch it, and I'll be done again. Fuck them. Fucking
there's a lot of other stuff to watch out there.
There's so much other stuff out, and Netflix is cutting their own throat with this password thing. They're really cut. I mean, they used to advertise to share their passwords.
Right.
That was like their thing, was sharing passwords. Now they're going to fucking try and cut you off from it. Fuck you.
Well, the thing is that, with so much competition out there, they're trying to, up their memberships or whatever. But, I'm sure it cuts both ways. It's just like, well, I guess there's enough people out there, maybe not enough people out there who would keep, like you won't keep the Netflix.
No, for what? So I can get Turner and Hooch and a fucking Gunther, the rich dog documentary. Fuck off.
Right. But there are other people out there who, have that I can't do without the same old mentality. Yeah. Like people who still listen to FM radio.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the only people. It's really, I'm looking at Netflix becoming satellite radio, really.
Yeah.
People have it because it's what they're used to. And that's it.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Is they'll keep some of their legacy members because their legacy members don't know anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
And the thing is that if you need a subscription to stuff, if you, for whatever reason, whether it's HBO Max or I still do Netflix DVD by mail.
Do they even still do that?
I think he's being silly.
I think he is too, but if they do, I am unaware that they still do that.
Sure. But I recently, or before the end of the year last year, I subscribed to Showtime because they had a deal where you could get the first month for, I think it was like 99 cents or some shit.
Yeah, sure.
And then the subscription rate is like $4.99 a month.
Sure.
It's like, how could you beat Showtime for $4.99 a month? I mean,
it's worth it.
You know how many movies and shows and shit I've watched on Showtime? You can't even go to a single movie if you still like to go to movies.
Yeah.
Well, what does a movie cost these days? I think the last time I went to a movie like 5 years ago was like $18.
Well, you've been more recently than me. Last one I saw was Ted 2. I remember what the movie was. It was Ted 2, and that was right when I got divorced because John and Stephanie like kind of dragged me out to go.
Right.
And so it was at least 9 or 10 years ago last time I went to a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
think the last time I went to a movie, I saw A Quiet Place.
Never seen that.
It's where these space animal things. Everybody has to stay really quiet because they're really sensitive to sound, and if they hear you, they'll come attack you.
Okay.
They're kind of like dogs. It's a weird movie, but
All right.
I think that's the last movie I actually went to see,
Yeah.
which
Dude,
was
now,
like at least 5 years ago.
I don't even hardly watch movies anymore. Now I'm all about the series. I like the series a whole lot more than I do the movie. Especially after the crap you threw at me last night. It just makes me more like the series other than the movie.
The movie you watched last night wasn't because, man, you got to see this movie because it's so good. It was, man, you got to see this movie because this will make some good fodder.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But a movie I watched this week, it's been around a while, and it's kind of a long movie, but it actually was pretty good. Even when it was out, I didn't see it. I knew of it, but I never watched it. So I thought it popped up on one of my feeds this week, and so I decided to watch it. American Hustle. Never saw that?
Nope.
I think you'd actually enjoy it.
All right.
I think you should.
What's that on?
I think it's on HBO Max.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. That's another one I don't watch like a lot of people do. They do. You know what my deal is with HBO? I'll check that out. American Hustle. I'll definitely check it out. My problem with HBO is a little too top heavy on all these goddamn superhero movies.
Yeah. See, I
don't watch any of that.
Yeah. The thing that I've watched on the Showtime and the HBO Max is, some of the more classic movies if I'm just kind of in the mood,
Yeah, I watched a series this week on Apple TV, Apple TV Plus. Another one that costs nothing. I think it was like $79 for a year.
Right.
Yeah, it's like nothing. And I watched this show called Blackbird.
Okay.
Man, this might have been the best writing of a show since The Sopranos. And I know that's awful high praise.
That is high praise.
But this was awfully, awfully good. It was, and I guess it's based somewhat on a true story. It was a story about, there's this guy, he got arrested for drug trafficking and weapons charges.
Okay.
And he got a 10-year sentence. He got fucking snowed by his lawyer, and he took a deal, and then they slapped him with 10 years instead of 4, what he was supposed to get. So he got locked in, and then they told him that they would, forgive his sentence completely and let him out if he could get this serial killer in this other prison to tell him where this one body was buried.
Okay.
But the serial killer that was in prison was in some like loony prison, like some crazy prison.
Right. Mental hospital type prison.
Yeah. So they transferred him to this mental hospital, and then he started working this guy to get the information. It was fucking amazingly good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one. If people have Apple TV Plus, that is well worth the watch. It's called Blackbird. I watched it in like a day.
Right.
And it's like 7 or 8 hours, and I just watched it all day long. It's fucking great.
How did you fit that in between the slap fight?
Well, it wasn't. It was during the day. Slap fighting's at night.
Now, do you still watch the what was the name of that TV show or the series that you watch where it's the strip club out in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, Pussy Valley?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but they're off right now. They just they finished a season at the end of the year, like November. Right. Yeah, that's on Stars. That's another cheap. I'll tell you, and this is another reason Netflix is gonna fucking die. Because Netflix is mostly old stuff and documentaries, and it's the most expensive. It's what is it like for the family plan? It's like $15 a month for Netflix. Stars, which has Pussy Valley and Power and Ghost and Force and like a bunch of really great shows on it. That's $49 a year, maybe. Like dirt cheap. If you get a special, and I got a special, it's costing me $49 a year for Stars. Peacock, that's $5 a month. So what's that? $60 a year.
Yeah.
And then worst rebranding ever, but as far as title, but it's a pretty good deal. You can get the Showtime or it's Paramount Plus with Showtime. That's the official name now, which is horrendous. Paramount Plus with Showtime. But you get both Paramount Plus and Showtime for $10 a month. So those are like my three that and Apple, those are the ones that I have that I pay on, and then all the rest is just the rest. But yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, Netflix, fuck you.
Yeah, there's just so much other stuff to watch out there. Netflix, and I'm with you there. Periodically, I'll just scan through Netflix, mostly looking for the documentary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I don't if I don't have it, or if I haven't seen it, I'll just go to something else.
Yeah, I ain't Netflix anymore. When you can get 3 other networks for the price of Netflix, why would you keep Netflix when it's mostly old movies now?
Yeah, I agree.
It's just junk anymore.
I agree.
They're like, holy shit, we got a brand new one. It's big, featuring Tom Hanks. It's like, yeah, thanks. It's great. Look what we got. Risky Business. Ugh, stop it.
Yeah, all the older stuff.
What is this? What's going on with Toomey delaying your weekly hang 2 weeks in a row? That's not Toomey, Kevin Smith. That's Knotfest themselves. They're releasing the video portion on Saturdays now instead of Thursdays. It's not Toomey. It's not me. It's not Toomey. That's just what's going on.
So what is the deal with Toomey? You said that's money. Is that a sponsored podcast thing that you do with him now?
Well, it's paid for by Knotfest, Slipknot's thing.
Okay, well what does that mean exactly?
Means that they write us a check every week for an episode.
All right. Well, what I mean is it stuff that you like you go, well, this podcast is brought to you by Knotfest type thing, or is it?
I mean, we do say that. I mean, we definitely say that, but it only airs on their platforms.
Gotcha.
It airs on their like, it's not on the CMS network feeds. Gotcha. It's on their YouTube channel, and I guess the videos are behind the paywall. And the audio is on the Knotfest, whatever podcast feeds, whatever they use. I don't know. I just show up. I show up with shit to talk about. That's what I do.
Sure. Nice. Well, sounds like you've got a busy week ahead of you.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
That was obviously Eric went to Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Florida last week. Now that was after you did your show, right?
He talked. Yeah, he talked. That will actually the recap of that will air Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. I've got it kind of weird how we're releasing CMS. Chris Aiken Presents. Chris Aiken Presents, I cut up the same way we do the CMS, but I do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then if there's a fifth, it'd be on Tuesday.
Gotcha.
I do it that way so that everybody gets the segments, but it's not just directly overlapping the CMS segments either. So.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm glad that thing with Eric is working out as well as it does.
Yeah, he's fun. I mean, he's fun. Dude, with all these shows, I mean, if any of them were the same as anything else, I would stop doing them. Like if the Eric one was the same as the CMS, I would stop doing it. If Toomey was the same as Chris Aiken Presents, I would stop doing it. Right, it's like I try to do something different with every single one that I'm doing.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to, you don't want to be a one-trick pony.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, like, Eric, because he's a touring musician, it makes more sense to do a more in-depth tour talk. And we do a lot of tour talk. We do a lot of behind the scenes touring, and, these cables didn't work and this fucking amp and, that kind of shit. And then we bring on a lot of bands that are, actively out there touring. And, so we do that on that. Toomey is obviously kind of new metal up to current metal, which we don't do here and we don't do on that show.
Right.
And Aftershocks is mostly like stoner bands and stuff. Not that I do much with Aftershocks anymore. We just do one or two episodes a month that are both Matt and I, where we're just, and even with that, we just try to talk about real industry shit, some real music industry shit. And again, it's not this is where I can stretch out and be funny fucking douchebag guy. All the other ones are a little more serious, I guess.
Right, of course.
But I try to keep them all different, because if they all start sounding the same, then why listen to any of them? So.
Yep. All right. Well, it's nice to have diversity in your life.
I'm a very diverse person.
You're very diverse.
That is our strength,
It is your strength. All right. Well, I say we take a break.
All right.
And get ready for our guest.
Okay.
And I'm going to email you something over just for the photos.
Okay. That's fine.
That'll be something that could be part of the discussion in our next segment.
Okay.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
Send it on.
I hate the ridiculousness of the stupid shit that goes on in our world.
Sure.
But anyway, check your email during the break. And anyway, we'll play a few tunes. So what shall we play?
All right. How about in honor of the balloon, which everybody wants to talk about, and I'm sure we will at some point. How about if we go with Alice in Chains from their Rainier Fog release, their most recent release, with the song called Drone.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that. Let's see here. Is it on the old Spotify?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. It's the most current Alice in Chains record.
Albums. Rainier Fog. There it is.
Yep. And the song is called Drone.
Okay. All right. I haven't heard the new Alice in Chains. Is it any good?
It's all right.
It's all right. It doesn't live up to the old Alice.
Yeah, it's not the first two records. I'll put it that way.
All right. Well, we'll check this out. So, here it is. It's Alice in Chains exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neely and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!